Hi friends, Goddess of Awesome here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about sexual harassment in the gym, right? I go to the gym almost every day. I'm there a lot, right? So if things come up, I would maybe hear about it. Also, with my background, right, being a sexually abused person, finding their way into 2 decades of being a sex worker, right, a sensual massage therapist, right, I use my hands. That's why my arms are so strained. In class, I exempt myself from push-ups. I don't do push-ups. I don't need to do push-up. I have my arms out like this. I'm using my pecs and my forward arms a lot. There's no reason in hell for me to ever do a push-up. That's contra what my body needs, Also, a bicep curl. I don't need to do a bicep curl. I absolutely shouldn't, So, sometimes I'll suffer through with a lightweight, because I want to keep up with my classmates, and I'm all about trying to get toned too, so I don't want to skip myself. But there's a lot of things that I probably shouldn't do in class, right? So I don't do those. So today was supposed to be a class that I would do things like that. Normally I spin, but we started doing boot camp in January. This new gym created a new class with one of my most favorite teachers, Hercules. You've heard me talk about him before. He's pretty cool. I actually really resonate with a lot of things about Hercules. He has a standard, right? There's a standard of greatness. There's a standard of capability. There's a space of capability that he holds for all persons who come into his class. And it doesn't matter what level of fitness you're in, he will gradually bring you to this space of capability, And so when you first maybe start in a class with an instructor like that, it may seem damn near impossible to make it through. You might be huffing and puffing and almost dying on the inside, And we get it, right? We get it. When you're new, there's a lot of allowances, when you first start. But a wonderful coach is always going to be pushing you a little further, right? We need another inch today. We need a little morsel. We need another spoonful of your personal determination, your personal power, to ignite the personal power within. So Hercules, he's almost like a magician, he makes me feel like a magic genie. I've told him before, it makes me feel like a magic genie being in his class, because I can do things in his class that it's like, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe my level of fitness and my endurance, has progressed so much from working in a class like his. So I've known Hercules for a long while, right? I did the math just now. We're at the end of March, so, I started back in the gym, December 8th, 2015. So we're the end of March 2018, going into April. So I'm going to say that's about 2 years and 5 months almost, It's almost 2.5 years that I've been in his class, Now we started at a boutique place, right? This specialized studio that all he did was spin. And eventually she brought in some different fitness classes to help people who want to do sit-ups and stuff, But, if you're spinning correctly, you're doing abs the entire time, So someone who I feel like I was aware of that before, but my awareness of that has increased even greater being in Hercules' class. I'm always picking my form. I can't say I'm picking myself apart. I'm always scanning myself to feel where I'm holding my weight, where I'm carrying my body. And if I have questions, then I ask Hercules, like, hey, should I be doing this? What is happening here? Should I be like this? Should my shoulders be like that? And what about, do I tuck my bum when I'm spinning? And apparently you're not supposed to tuck your bum So see, as a trained dancer, if you're a classically trained dancer in ballet or jazz or belly dance, we tuck, right? We tuck our bum, especially in ballet, boy, we tuck. There's so much happening, you know? Yeah. Ballet, boy, that's a whole nother video I gotta make for you. Some of the toughest athletes out there are ballet dancers, you know? But getting back to Hercules. So today I missed class because my alarm clock I didn't have the ringer on. That's really messed up because I've been psyching myself out to go to his class all day yesterday, you know. I even knew what I was going to wear. I had my pants and my this and my that. And it was going to be easy in the morning. I just didn't get up and charge out the door, you know. So I missed class. I woke up right as class ended. I woke up at 6:30. Ugh. And I looked up and I could see there was daylight. And I was like, oh, no. What happened? And I looked at my thing and I was like, son of a gun, you know. My alarm went off, but my volume was all the way down. So I text Hercules, right? I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So he tells me, you know, a couple things. You were missed, you know. And I'm like, dude, nobody missed out more than me, you know. So then he calls. And he doesn't ever call me, you know. I've known him for 2.5 years almost. At one time he came over about a year ago this time, almost like April 1st, I think. So almost exactly a year ago he came over, brought his son to come horseback ride for a minute. That's cool. That's totally permissible. If you're my friend, especially a friend from spin or dance, and it works out that my schedule, you know, I could let a child come love on my horses for a minute. I'm totally into that, right? I love kids resonating with horses. I think it's a powerful connection and it teaches them a lot of things, you know, a lot of things. So anyways, real quick, we're talking about sexual harassment here, and he brings up something to me in class, you know, but he brings, you know, he calls, which I was a little surprised. I'm like, Hercules is calling. So I answered the phone and I got to complain a little bit about why my ringer was off, you know. And then he had something to share too. So I know everybody in class. I'm not going to share anybody's name, you know, but apparently there's a new girl in class who I think she's cool, you know. She's sitting next to me trying to hang tough, you know. And obviously she's new, so she can't